Right now, live at 5.
Governor Tim Walz speaks on racism in America and how much more work we have left to do.
And as more and more kids pivot to life online during the pandemic, experts are saying it could be putting your children at risk. Plus, as more states reopen across the country, 19 states are reporting an increase in their daily average amount of cases. Plus, a big ruling by the nation's high court when it comes to LGBTQ plus rights.
You're watching Live at 5 on Live Local CBS 3.
Welcome to the CBS 3 News Live at 5. Here's a live look from City Hall. Today we heard from Minnesota Governor Tim Walz and other state and city leaders as they commemorated the 100th anniversary of Duluth's darkest day. Good evening, I'm Kristen Bakke.
And I'm Anthony Matt. Thanks for joining us. Today, Minnesota Governor Tim Walz made a stop in Duluth to commemorate the 100-year anniversary of one of the city's darkest days.
This comes on the heels of the murder of George Floyd by a Minneapolis police officer and nationwide protests demanding systemic reform. Governor Walz started the day with a visit to the Clayton Jackson McGee Memorial in downtown Duluth. He heard from community leaders, including Duluth NAACP President Stefan Witherspoon, Duluth Human Rights Officer Carl Crawford, and founder of Clayton Jackson McGee Incorporated, Henry Banks. They spoke about the significance of the 100th year since the lynching and what today's commemoration means to the Duluth community. Some also laid flowers at the base of the memorial.
The governor also held a private roundtable with several Duluth community leaders this afternoon. It was focused on a topic taking center stage at the state capitol right now. That would be police reform. CBS 3's Leanne Valdez was at the roundtable. She joins us from the memorial in downtown Duluth. She's live for us tonight. Leanne, what did the governor have to say?
Tony, Kristen, Governor Tim Walz strongly reiterated what happened here 100 years ago in downtown Duluth is connected to what happened to George Floyd in the streets of Minneapolis. And he also said that change must happen now, starting with police reform. So Governor Tim Walz stood on the steps at the Duluth City Hall this morning after his meeting with Duluth leaders. Duluth City Councilors Renee Van Nett and Janet Kennedy, Leanne Littlewolf with American Indian Community Housing Organization, Take Action Minnesota Rep Brianna Ellison, and more. He said he was deeply disappointed when the special session started Friday that the state capitol didn't pass legislation on any policing proposals. Some of those proposals, of course, included introduced by Democrats, included changing the wording on the police use of deadly force statute, transferring all police deadly use of force cases to the state's attorney general, a statewide ban on police chokeholds, and more. Walz says he doesn't think there's any Minnesotan who's okay with police chokeholds, and he added that these reforms have been needed for a very long time.
Us as a state either devolving into political and partisan sniping about this, or us adjourning on Friday and not doing anything, in my opinion, will set the tone of how this state is viewed for generations.
Walz goes on to say he's also willing to compromise, but not on the values of black, brown, and indigenous people and what they are asking for. So Republicans actually want the special session to end this Friday. Meanwhile, DFL legislators and Governor Walz would want the session to continue indefinitely until that change does happen.
We'll certainly keep an eye on that to see how it unfolds in the coming days. Leanne Valdez live for us tonight. Thanks, Leanne.
Attorney General Keith Ellison was also in Duluth today, speaking about the recent pardon of Max Mason. Mason was the man tried and convicted of raping a white woman 100 years ago. He went to jail despite there not being any evidence. Ellison says the prosecutor, judge, pardon board, and state Supreme Court at the time all had the chance to make it right, but passed the buck. Mason eventually had his sentence commuted and left the state.
But he died never having been pardoned. As of last Friday, he was pardoned, and Max Mason's name and honor were restored.
Ellison also asked people to listen and learn from the calls for justice echoing around the nation today. And happening right now, the Clayton Jackson McGee Memorial Organization is airing a special documentary on the lynchings. The showing is in partnership with Danson's Creative. The documentary includes a reaction to recent unrest, the death of George Floyd, and other stories that highlight where we are 100 years after the lynchings. We have information on how to tune in to this virtual documentary screening on our website.
Duluth's NAACP membership is spiking. In the last month, the group gained about 500 new members. Their next meeting is set for Sunday, and they plan to share updates about a peaceful protest planned for Friday, when the community will recognize the abolition of slavery. We have more details about the event on our website.
Hundreds of people gathered at the memorial this afternoon for a barbecue. During the lunch hour, organizers say more than 350 people were there. Many used the event to engage in conversation about Duluth's darkest day and how far we still need to come.
It's imperative now more than ever that literally starting today, moving forward, that we have more fellowships like this, that we engage more.
We do this a lot more.
More diversity, more ethnicity. This is exactly what we need.
Every color around.
And that's exactly what we're looking for.
It don't even matter about the race at all. We're just happy that it's humans.
That's right.
People is just coming together, enjoying themselves.
Community members had a chance to share their thoughts on racial equity with Minnesota Attorney General Keith Ellison and several other state leaders. There was also a voter registration table and a place for people to write messages of support. Many states are reporting significant upticks in coronavirus cases and hospitalizations over the past few days. Some states say the flare-ups will not change their reopening plans. Naomi Ruckham reports.
Hospitalizations in Texas have climbed more than 50% since Memorial Day. In Arizona, some hospitals say they're running out of beds. And in Florida, new infections reached more than 2,000 on Saturday and Sunday. Those numbers, coupled with news of a second wave in China, sent stocks on Wall Street falling again Monday.
So we have this ability now to understand that what happens in China, happens in Europe, is going to be occurring here in the United States, so we need to get ahead of it.
At least 14 states have seen recent spikes in hospitalizations, and at least 19 states reported increases in their average new COVID-19 cases compared to about 2 weeks ago.
You know, America seems done with the coronavirus, but the coronavirus isn't done with America. It's still here.
Here in New York, the number of hospitalizations and deaths are the lowest since the pandemic began, and the numbers have continued to fall even as the state has begun to reopen.
That, my friends, is an extraordinary exception when you look at all the other states around the country where they did the reopening, they didn't do it smartly, and you saw the virus go up. And my health officials are saying, we hope people from Florida don't come here.
New York's governor said again today he won't hesitate to roll back reopenings if numbers go up again, or to punish businesses if they encourage unsafe gatherings, like this party scene outside of bars in Manhattan over the weekend.
U.S. regulators are revoking emergency authorization for malaria drugs promoted by President Trump for treating COVID-19. The Food and Drug Administration says the drugs hydroxychloroquine and chloroquine pose a greater risk to patients than any potential benefits.
Let's take a peek at the weather now. Caitlin's in for Dave tonight. Caitlin, much like the last week and a half or so, it seems freezing cold in the Twin Ports, but outside, not
pretty
bad.
Nice, yeah. If you are inland, you're kind of benefiting from the nice warm temps. Unfortunately, here in Duluth, we've got stuck with that east wind all weekend and still through today. Now, right now, the Doppler and satellite, you can see we do have some shower activity, more so north and northeast of the Duluth area. You can see here on the map. And that's going to be the continued trend for the overnight period. Just some very stray, spotty showers. Might see some sprinkles here in the Twin Ports, but otherwise mainly cloudy as those clouds will start to decrease. Temperature is still pretty warm elsewhere away from the lake, especially down to the south, 65 up on the hill, 52 down here in Canal Park, and then cooler up on the Iron Range where those rain showers are moving through. Wind speeds still pretty breezy out of the south and the east. You'll notice, though, areas along the North Shore still stuck in some spots out of the east. We are in for a warm-up Tuesday and Wednesday, so we'll have those details coming up next.
Thanks, Caitlin. Still to come on Live at 5, it's Christmas in July for Bowabic residents, plus blood drives are happening this week in and around the Iron Range.
Plus, tonight at 6, the slots are spinning again at Black Bear Casino, but there are some things you need to know before you place your bets.
You're watching Live at 5 with Kristen Vaki, Anthony Matt, and weather with meteorologist Dave Anderson on Live Local CBS 3. Watch Anthony Matt weekdays at 6 and 10 p.m. on Live Local CBS 3 Duluth.
Did you know there's a form of calcium that can actually replace bone where you've lost it? It's called MCHC. Check out Bone Maximizer at the Essence of Health.
Give your bathroom a fresh update and get 11% off everything at Menards. Save on a new Braun bath fan. Prevent damage from excess moisture with this classic ventilation fan with light. It fits any decor and is $48.94 after 11% off. Update your bathroom with Magic Woods Elements vanities. This Stratton bath vanity features a gray finish with soft closed doors. $204.69 after 11% off. Start saving with 11% off everything now at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
Got a tough job to tackle? New Holland has a full line of tractors to make sure you're ready to meet any challenge. From compact tractors and attachments to tractors ready to work on the farm, New Holland has the products and know-how to make sure you get the job done right the first time. With over 100 years of experience providing tractors for the home, farm, and everything in between, we have the solution to meet your demands. New Holland.
Serves you better than Lulich Implement.
We dance for healing. We dance for one another. For connection. In ways like no other. Together. Or even apart. We are resilient. The 2020 census is here. And we need to do our part for our people.
Stop by your local Super One Liquor for all your party and gathering needs. With locations throughout the Northland and northern Wisconsin, Super One Liquor has a commitment to delivering outstanding service, variety, and top quality wines and spirits. And don't forget the massive variety of ice-cold beer and beverages, all at the low prices you've grown to expect. Visit superoneliquor.com anytime to view our weekly ads and in-store specials.
So stop by your local Super One Liquor store. Come for the service. Leave with the savings.
Welcome back to the CBS 3 News Live at 5. Here's a live look from Bayfield on this Monday evening. Caitlin Moffitt will be in just a bit to tell us if a warm-up is on the way. But first, let's head over to Kristen for a look at what's happening around the region.
Community blood drives are happening this week in and around the Iron Range. Plus, it's Christmas in July for Biwabic. That and more as we take you around the Northland, city by city. The past few months of COVID-19 and quarantine has created a significant drop in blood donations. Now, residents in and around the Iron Range have an opportunity to chip in a pint. Starting this week, Memorial Blood Centers will begin hosting a series of blood drives in Grand Rapids and Coleraine. The first is this Thursday from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. and will be held at the IRA Civic Center. You can find the full list of events on our website, CBS3Duluth.com. Plus, Christmas in July. That's the idea behind the City of Biwabic's revamped Independence Day celebration this year. The city plans to hold a fire truck parade along the main street and hand out candy to children. The idea was inspired by how the city normally celebrates Santa Claus Night. The city will also be distributing face masks to residents in attendance. Meanwhile, the village of Birchwood will not be going forward with their own annual Bluegill Festival. The event, which would have been celebrating its 57th year, has been canceled due to health concerns surrounding COVID-19. Organizers say they are already busy planning for next year's festival. If there's something going on in your neighborhood that you think we should know about, send us an email and it might be featured as we go around the Northland city by city.
Still to come on Live at 5, consumer scams are up amidst the COVID-19 pandemic.
In the next 2 days, we are looking at above average temperatures into those mid-80s. Do we see rain in the forecast? I'll have those details coming up.
Find your favorite CW shows on the Duluth CW, cable, satellite, over the air, and streaming on KDLH Duluth.
Hello, I'm Mike Lindell, and as you know, my passion is to help each and every one of you get the best sleep of your life. That's why I created my new Giza Dreams bed sheets. The first night you sleep on my sheets, you'll never want to sleep on anything else.
Go to MyPillow.com or call the number on your screen right now to get your very own MyPillow Giza Dream Sheets. Use the promo code and Mike will give you 2 for 1 low price and free shipping.
For the best night's sleep in the whole wide world, visit MyPillow.com.
For over 20 years, Scott Dietrichson Construction has taken roofing to a higher level. We offer a huge range of roofing options: asphalt shingles, rubber, and metal roofing. And Scott Dietrichson Construction is a TAMCO Pro certified contractor. TAMCO offers a variety of shingle colors with 30 to 50-year warranties. We're following CDC guidelines and no contact free estimates. Our staff is one that we know and you can trust. By not subcontracting our work, we've built a dependable team that gets the job done. Call Scott Dietrichson, your roofing expert, today.
Dinner with the Drakes tonight? Alexa, ask Buick to start my Encore GX. 4 fillets.
You know this dinner's for their
Kids. Thanks for watching them.
Where's the pizza?
The first ever Buick Encore GX. Right now, get $1,500 purchase allowance on the first ever Buick Encore GX. Visit your Lake Country Buick dealer.
Catch Eye on Parenting every Thursday at 6 with me, Leanne Valdez, on CBS3.
Summer is here with Crestliner at RJ's Sport and Cycle.
We are strong and we'll get through this together, but these are stressful times. Reach out to someone, connect with your friends, and know that you are not alone. Visit wearebroadcasters.com/hope, furnished by the National Association of Broadcasters and this station.
CBS 3 Weather is brought to you by Jim Peralt.
I am tracking some rain showers, just light rain showers throughout the northern area of Minnesota, north and northeast of Duluth. We aren't seeing too much of that rain activity here in the Duluth area, which is kind of typical. We have those stronger east winds on the North Shore pushing a lot of that stable air into our area. But north up into the Iron Range, into the Minnesota Arrowhead, looking at very spotty shower activity. And that's going to be the trend tonight into tomorrow morning as we sit under these mostly cloudy skies. We are seeing still rather mild temperatures down to the south, and those temperatures were kind of nice like that all weekend. Plenty of 70s and upper 70s off to our west, but those areas seeing the rain showers, and then us here in the Twin Ports with that easterly wind still keeping us in those mid to upper 60s with some clouds hanging around. Now, as we head into Tuesday, the warm front continues to move up to our north and east, so we do start the morning off with clouds. Now, the Minnesota Arrowhead could see a few spotty showers yet again, but by Tuesday afternoon, these clouds move out. We'll see plenty of sunshine through the afternoon period. We'll see 84 degrees up on the hill. That southeasterly wind still kind of stays around, so those areas by the lakeside will be cooler. As we head into Wednesday, temperatures continue to stay warm as that ridge of warm air to our south kind of sits right over the Great Lakes, and that provides us with that very warm and muggy air. So we will see plenty of sunshine Wednesday. Temperatures 85 degrees. Winds will finally shift out of the south, so most areas should be on the warmer side Wednesday across the board. Before this cold front slides across Thursday, now the cold front doesn't cool us down a whole lot, but we will see those shower chances increase through the afternoon Thursday, some mugginess as well. Scattered showers, a few possibly severe storms later in the day on Thursday as that cold front makes its way through the region. So timing out for you on the WeatherMax forecast, you'll see by tomorrow morning 6 o'clock, there's just that very slight chance up in the Arrowhead. Could see some spotty showers. The rest of us still under those cloudy skies. And then by Tuesday afternoon, we'll see more sunshine than we did today. Those clouds do move out, and then those clouds continue to stay out by Wednesday afternoon. Plenty of sunshine in the day as we've got our next round of cloud cover kind of off to our west as that cold front will start to sweep through the region. And come Thursday morning, it's still off to our west, so it's a very slow-moving front, but it will start to move through the region, and by the evening hours is when I'm thinking we might see some of that stronger storm activity. 59 degrees tonight up on the hill, 57 down by the lake. Some scattered showers possible, especially along the Iron Range and the North Shore. Northern Wisconsin, mostly cloudy skies, winds out of the south. And then tomorrow, temperatures well above average, average being about 70 degrees, so temperatures in those upper 80s, especially areas way off to the west and down to the south. Here in Duluth, we're looking at 71 down by the lake because of that Slight east wind. It just kind of allows those cooler temperatures for Silver Bay, Two Harbors, Grand Marais. But 84 and 85 up on the hill. So just a couple mile difference. You were saying over the weekend you were more so inland, experienced those near 80 degrees while we were stuck in those low 70s.
It seems like we just can't get out of that rut where it's freezing cold down by the lake, and then everywhere else has nice seasonal summer temperatures. But
it'll get there eventually.
hopefully. Thanks, Caitlin.
You're welcome.
Most families have pivoted to life online during the pandemic, using virtual classrooms and playdates to stay connected. But it's also put some children at risk. Nancy Chen explains.
I was always in the room. I was always very close by.
Tonda Sellers is a technology expert and always careful with what her 10-year-old son does online. He was recently playing a game with classmates she thought was closed to outsiders, but someone claiming to be a YouTube celebrity was able to join. When Sellers realized a stranger was in the game, she pulled her son off immediately.
And I said, okay, I said, do you understand how that opened you up to the possibility of someone not good being in your life? And he was like, well, I was on top of my game and I thought it was cool that he was in there.
Nothing bad happened in this case, but experts say children spending more time at home during the pandemic are also spending more time online, and that creates more opportunities for predators. The National Center for Missing and Exploited Children says in May, its tip line saw a 126% increase in reports of suspected child sexual exploitation cases compared to last year.
That's why it's so important for parents to really understand some of the dangers.
Callahan Walsh is a child advocate with the center and says they've also seen increased chatter among online predators on the dark web.
They're sharing ideas and sharing knowledge with each other on how to exploit, how to groom, how to entice children online, because they know there is a spike in that screen time for children.
The center recommends parents set up screens in areas where they can see what their child is doing, limit screen time, and implement a digital curfew. No devices after a certain hour.
What this taught me is kids are always smarter than you are when it comes to technology.
Now she's more vigilant than ever when the screens are on.
Experts say parents should also play games with their children to get a better understanding of the technology.
Tonight, we're remembering the life and legacy of Ralph Doty, who passed away over the weekend at the age of 78. Doty was a lifetime Duluthian who was also a former Minnesota State Senator, educator, and local media personality. He served one term as a senator from 1971 to 1978, and he went on to serve as a news director and anchor at what is now known as KBJR TV. Doty also taught at Washington Junior and Woodland Junior High School and at the College of St. Scholastica. Former Duluth Mayor Gary Doty shared his thoughts on his brother's legacy.
He was a great guy who poured himself into everything that he did. He was driven. And whenever there was a task or a job to be done, Ralph would tackle it with everything he had.
A celebration of Doty's life will be held when his children can safely travel to Minnesota.
Still to come, a major victory for the LGBTQ+ community from the nation's high court.
The nursing program at Fond du Lac Tribal and Community College is really challenging, but it has to be. It's approved by the Board of Nursing. And graduates here have been successfully passing the state board exam. They give you real-world experience with healthcare institutions across the community. I'm really glad I chose Fond du Lac Tribal and Community College.
The Garage. It's your space. Get a garage fit for man's best friend with our Doghouse 34 by 26 garage. Store all of the equipment you need today. No matter what you put in your space, trust us to build it right. Economy Garages. Built right, priced right.
At UCare, we've been decomplicating Medicare plans in Minnesota for a long time. In fact, we've been offering Medicare Advantage plans longer than anyone else. Our Medicare Advantage plans are affordable, and 96% of Minnesota providers accept UCare. So if your provider practices at any of these clinics or hospitals, you can likely keep them. To learn the basics and see how UCare Medicare Advantage plans compare to others, visit ucare.org/TV.
We dance for healing. We dance for one another. For connection. In ways like no other. Together. Or even apart. We are resilient. The 2020 census is here. and we need to do our part for our people.
Don't risk life or limb cleaning out your gutters. With one simple click or call, Gutter Helmet will provide a free inspection and estimate to eliminate the dangerous chore permanently. Our certified installers will clean out, tune up, install Gutter Helmet over new or existing gutters, and clean up the work area in less than a day. Gutter Helmet blends in beautifully with your home, is engineered to handle the heaviest of rainfalls, and is backed by a lifetime transferable warranty, assuring you'll never clean your gutters again. Gutter Helmet, retiring ladders since 1981.
Jim Pearl Construction has been awarded the title of Authorized Replacement Contractor by the Marvin Window and Door Company. This entitles us to give better pricing and longer warranties on Marvin's high-quality windows and doors. We are the only authorized replacement contractor in the Northland. This caps off our 49 years of being your professional, dependable, and honest home improvement contractor. Please call us for any of your home improvement needs.
Tim Walz speaks on racism in America and how much more work we have left to do.
We're looking at a warm-up with above-average temperatures for the next couple of days, but do we see any rain showers? I'll have those details
tonight at 6.
Duke is a man of few words and many songs.
Let freedom ring. Gone country. Going down till the sun comes up.
It's 102.5 Duke.
I chose a career that isn't easy, it's dangerous, and it's hard. Fond du Lac Tribal and Community College has set me up with everything I need to succeed. Through challenging classes, longer defensive tactics training, and instructors who work in the industry, Fond du Lac Tribal and Community College is setting me up for success.
Catch Eye on Parenting every Thursday at 6 with me, Leanne Valdez on CBS3.
Yesterday, it was legal in more than half of the 50 states to fire workers for being gay, bisexual, or transgender. That changed today. In a 6-3 vote this morning, the U.S. Supreme Court made a ruling making it illegal for employers to discriminate against people who are gay, lesbian, and transgender. It's expected to have a big impact for the more than 8 million LGBTQ workers across the country. Duluth Superior Pride Committee member Stephen Morales says it was a huge step towards equal rights.
I can't even imagine being discriminated against based off of who you choose to love, and how that would affect your job or how you do your job, and why that would even be a determining factor.
The court ruled on a case involving Amy Stevens, who was fired from her job at a Michigan funeral home 2 weeks after she told the company she was transgender.
Federal agents are offering $70,000 in reward money. They're looking for information about who set businesses on fire during the recent protests in Minneapolis. The riots sparked after George Floyd's death. The Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms, and Explosives says the reward money is broken into $5,000 for each of the 14 suspects. The ATF is sharing surveillance photos of each person who they believe set fire to businesses, including an AutoZone, an Office Depot, and the Minneapolis Police Department's 3rd Precinct.
Coming up on the CBS Evening News, a landmark ruling from the Supreme Court says employers cannot fire someone for being gay or transgender. Plus, the mayor of Atlanta announces changes to the city's use of force policies in the wake of the shooting of Rashad Brooks. We hear from the victim's family tonight. And we're going to end with a sweet story as senior care facilities are on lockdown. Technology bringing us closer together. That's all tonight on the CBS Evening News.
Find your favorite CW shows on the Duluth CW, cable, satellite, over the air, and streaming on KDLH Duluth.
I'm Caitlin, and I'm into nursing. We have small class sizes, so we actually get to know each other, know our instructors. All of the faculty at Lake Superior College, they're here to help you succeed and choose the right path.
Attention! This is an important message for anyone diagnosed with cancer after being exposed to Roundup or other weed killers. In 2015, the Internal Agency for Research on Cancer warned that overexposure to Roundup and other weed killers may increase the risk of developing non-Hodgkin lymphoma. More evidence found that Monsanto may have known that Roundup was likely linked to organ damage and cancer. This information was hidden from the public as proprietary trade secret since 1981, and Monsanto may have failed to adequately warn about the potential risk of cancer. A California jury found Monsanto's weed killer caused a groundkeeper's cancer and issued a verdict for $78 million. If you or a loved one was diagnosed with cancer after being exposed to Roundup or other weed killers, you may be entitled to significant compensation. Call the Sentinel Group now. Our network of experienced attorneys is ready to fight for you. You'll pay nothing unless there's a recovery in your favor.
Please call 800-627-1826.
We're working extra hours. We're taking your calls from home. We're hiring more technicians and working however we have to. We're partnering with schools, helping families in need, donating to hospitals, and thanking first responders. We're here. We care. And we'll go to the extreme to keep this community connected.
Watch Anthony Matt weekdays at 6 and 10 p.m. on live local CBS3 Duluth. Find your favorite CW shows on the Duluth CW, cable, satellite, over the air, and streaming on KDLH Duluth.
Welcome back to the CBS3 News Live at 5. Here's a live look from the Clayton Jackson McGee Memorial on the 100th anniversary of Duluth's darkest day. Now let's take a look at today's top stories, plus a peek at what's coming up tonight at 6. Well, in Duluth today, Minnesota Governor Tim Walz visited the Clayton Jackson McGee Memorial in downtown. He heard from community leaders, including Duluth NAACP President Stefan Weatherspoon, Duluth Human Rights Officer Carl Crawford, and the founder of the Clayton Jackson McGee Incorporated, Henry Banks.
And coming up tonight at 6, it'll be a different experience as the public is welcomed back to 2 local casinos today. Both Fond Duluth in downtown Duluth and Black Bear in Carlton reopened this morning. The casino is operated by the Fond du Lac Band and had been closed for several months due to the pandemic. Coming up at 6, we'll give you an inside look at the facilities and the changes made with your health and safety in mind. That's your news tonight at 5. The CBS Evening News is up next.
Thanks for watching.